Okay, MCP. So welcome to another live, and let me put this full screen. So yeah, welcome to another live. Today well, actually not just today. I've been meaning to look into MCP, this new protocol for model context. And I've been meaning to look into this, and I thought, why not save it until I can do it together? So today we're going to be looking at this together. That means I have, like, my knowledge of it is very, very shallow. So hopefully it will be interesting, and we'll see where this goes. But yeah, let's see. So first, as always, the first thing I need to do is make sure that everything is working. Got a notification saying that I'm live, so that's good. Cool. Okay. Seems like I'm live. Okay, so before I start, a couple of news. Apparently, OpenAI has launched tools for agents. By tools for agents, I believe they mean not just agents that can use tools, but tools to help develop agents. I've got here like a Perplexity link. Let's see. We can go through that in a minute if we have time. Okay. I really like Perplexity, by the way. Their pages are amazing. And they're curated as well. They also added support for MCP, so great timing. I think this was done last night or maybe a couple of days ago. Yeah, so yes, so indeed it seems to be something for developing agents, tools for developing agents. Okay, so first thing, what I usually do is I've set up a notebook LM with a bunch of resources about MCP, which will help debug. I'm not sure if we're going to use this or not, but this is something I tend to do. So usually my workflow is go to Perplexity, do a deep research or just find as many resources as possible, go to Gemini, do the same, copy a bunch of things into Notebook LM. I wish Notebook LM had that feature, deep research. And then just start asking questions, listen to the podcast version, and that was it. So I listened to this before, and it's really, really interesting. I do learn a little bit better with the podcast, but I also felt that this one we need some diagrams. That's it. So maybe let's start by figuring out what is the model context protocol. So I'll try to read a little bit and then explain what my understanding is. If anyone's around, please feel free to drop something in the comments and correct me if I make any mistakes. So the way that Anthropic, so this MCP was defined or created by Anthropic, but their goal is to be a protocol standard that is used by everyone, which seems to be happening. My understanding, so the way they describe it is it's like the USB-C protocol. But actually, to me, it feels more like HTTP or something related to the web. And the way I see it is like this protocol to communicate between the different parts. So we've been people who have been developing agents or AI applications that use tools. We've all been doing our own standards and doing our own way of encoding things into the context and into connecting to the tools and defining our own tools, etc. So this kind of creates a standard that allows us to both discover which tools are available, encode the results from those tools into the context, and maybe a few other things. I think there's something in the roadmap towards also discovering remote tools. Right now, this is all local. And then, yeah, because it's a standard, there's a few SDKs and frameworks starting to show up for different languages, etc. Okay, so first, I actually don't know. I have no experience doing streams where I'm learning something. Like, I usually would go and read a bunch of these things. My level of patience is also pretty low, so, but I'm not sure if it will be very fun to just read for the camera. So anyway, I should have done that before. So they're open sourcing it. What is the model context? Is a open standard and enables developers to build secure two-way connections between their data sources and AI-powered tools. So far, what we were talking about. The architecture is straightforward. So we've got the servers, and then the clients, which should be the applications. And then there's also the hosts, which, if I'm honest, I'm not entirely sure what they are right now. Okay, so we'll go into this in a minute. Actually, maybe this is too low level. Oh, they do. Oh yeah, we'll cover this in a minute as well. So I thought maybe we'll try to build something as well, or we'll see where it goes. Okay, so they did have, so model, so MCP docs. Hey, there you go. Ah, dark, that's good. Okay. So let's go. Why MCP? It helps build agents and complex, can you see? It helps build agents and complex workflows on top of LLMs. Okay. Growing list of pre-built integrations. So one of the advantages is that since this is a standard, it's actually it incentivizes people to spend more time on this. So you'll find a bunch of existing servers or ways to connect to different tools, which is where Smithery comes in. We'll go there in a second. And then, yeah, that's it. So you kind of, this protocol already encodes the best practices and makes it quite flexible. So general practice at its core, MCP follows the client-server architecture, where the host application can connect to multiple servers. Okay. So hosts with MCP, so this would be Claude, IDs, etc. So Cursor supports it. We'll try and get something working with Cursor, although without the code base, I'm not entirely sure how far we'll get. We have an hour, okay, or less. We have an hour. Okay, so then you've got, let's say, Cursor or Claude. And then we can connect to a bunch of servers. So these servers could be maybe Mongo or Postgres, a server that knows how to talk to Postgres. Maybe it could be some search engine, etc. Or your own app. Okay. Yeah, they can run things locally or remote. I don't know how much is specified, but okay. Then the clients maintain one-to-one connection to servers. So I guess these are just things. My understanding so far is that the clients, so let's say the host, Cursor, will have one client for each server, at least, right? Yeah, one-to-one. I'm not entirely sure what the client serves there, but I guess it's just to isolate what the logic goes into each side, and maybe servers one day will be remote as well. Clients are always local. Okay. So servers are lightweight programs that each expose specific capabilities. Let's see, okay, specific capabilities through the standard model context protocol. Okay, and then the data sources could be anything we're connecting to, and the remote services, again, could be any APIs we're connected to. One thing I'd like to explore is if there's a Todoist one. Okay. So for server developers, no, we're not developing for, let's say we're users. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Claude. I'm not going to be disclosing a bunch of conversations. Yeah. Also, I'm back into non-paid, so yeah, oh well, sad. And developer, okay. Okay. So the get started comes here. Okay, interesting. We'll leave that on. I'm not sure if this thing here helps. Ah, no. Does this help? Let's take it off. Okay. I'm thinking like I paid for this thing thinking it was going to help with the streams, but it's kind of useless, no? Don't know. Maybe to show some code. Okay, so we'll download Claude, add a file system MCP. So we're going to start with that. To add them, we will be installing a pre-built server. So here it is. I feel like one thing that will have to happen soon, maybe someone's already working on that, is to make this user-friendly. So I think most users of Claude will not be doing any of this setup. So get started by opening. So we're going to Claude. Let's put these two things next to each other. Okay. I'm one of those people that can do things at an okay pace until someone starts looking, and then, yeah, I guess it's a good superpower to have, only when no one's looking. Okay, so this is one of those on servers. Okay, go to settings. So we're in settings. We go to developer, edit config. Okay, well, here goes our cursor. Oh, sorry, my keyboard is dirty. Yay, I hope this is visible. This is when we need that, okay. And yeah, we will be looking at this. If you already have one, and then we're going to be copying this username. So that's my name. So what's happening? So we're using npx. That's interesting. And it will always install. Is that what it is? Just npx. Okay. Okay. So npx, for those who don't know, is part. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how they correlate if they're developed by the same people, but it's like npm for the JavaScript and TypeScript world, but it's one that you can execute commands as opposed to just manage your packages. But it should work on top of the same packages. So let me just see one thing. So I'm curious if this exists, if you search for it. Yep. Okay, so I guess you can just probably find a bunch of servers here. So if we were to search for model context protocol, what do we find? Inspector, okay. SDK, Figma, interesting. Okay, anyway. So we've got that. Make sure the username is correct. Yep. You will need Node.js. Actually, this is a new machine. No idea if I've got this set up. We'll see. Okay. No. Okay. We'll leave that installing. So we'll need to restart after. Yay. Okay, so let's see. Is this working now? Yep. Cool. Okay, so we've got this. We restart. Claude. Now, please, Claude, don't go disclose everything I've got on my hard drive. After restarting, config, let's see, developer. Ooh, look at that. Okay, it's running. Let me just check quickly what's happening on the video side. I'm actually going to say something on the chat. I just want to see what happens on my screen. Yeah, it does show up. Cool. Okay, let's continue. So we restarted. We've got it installed. At least it's showing. After clicking the hammer icon, okay. Doesn't show the same thing. Ah, so, okay, here. Oh, look at that. You've got a bunch of functions. I wonder how many things we can add. Okay, so where do I have, actually I'm going to use voice for this. Where do I have my Obsidian MCP streaming node? Let's see if it figures out I'm searching for something. Use the file system tools and find my MCP streaming node. I guess my accent is getting to me. And now this, remind me later. Okay. Oh, great. Use the file system tools and find my Obsidian MCP streaming node. Ooh, look at that. Not sure if you can see, this is tiny, but this is, ooh, my tools are starting to work. Okay, so allow tool from file system local. Yeah, run, list allowed directories, allow for this chat, allowed one. Okay, allow for this chat. Okay, we're going to now run the search. I apologize. Okay. I guess it's searching for specific file names. Let's see. What did I name the file? Learning MCP stream. Okay. Look for a file named learning MCP stream. Oops. Okay, that's interesting. Can you find my Obsidian folder? Ah, there was something. Okay, so persona, okay. Okay, this is actually from work. I need to be careful. This thing can disclose a bunch of things. Okay, I mean, it's not quite working as I expected. Or at least it's not really being useful yet. Let's start a new chat. Okay, what can you do? Ah, no. What can you do with the file system tools? Okay, so for example, can I copy the directory? Reveal in Finder. Okay, maybe that works. So I'll just move this here and copy. Can you find this file? Okay, it doesn't seem to be super helpful. It's access denied. I guess that doesn't help. Okay. I'll just figure out if there's something I can do. No, okay. I mean, probably can, but it's boring right now. So let's first just see what's happening. So the tool outputs finds any markdown file with MCP in the title, in the name. Okay, you know what? That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to the downloads and we're going to say testing MD, and then we're going to do something about that. Okay, so secret code is 88. Oh. And we expect the Claude to find the secret code. Can you find the secret codes in any markdown file? Maybe try downloads. Obviously, I don't want to be going through like secret. This is dangerous, isn't it? Okay. We found the code. Okay, so we can load stuff. Let's see what is happening. So we're going through paths. File. I wonder what's going back and forth. Okay, well, we've got something working. So far, what have we done? We've installed one MCP tool into Claude. We saw something happening, although it didn't quite work as I expected. So yeah, if anyone's around, please leave questions. Otherwise, how to use it, we might try the cursor integration next. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Like without code, actually, I'm not sure. Actually, I know something. What we could do is allow cursor to search online. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Maybe. First, let's go back here. So we've got this done. Try it out, done. Oh, this is a good one. Let's do it. Can you create a poem about MCP and how AI agents are going to take over 2025? Okay, I'm not going to read, but can you convert it into Markdown, add some notes and annotations at the ends, and then save it into my desktop in a file named poem? I'm going to see. Today is going quite slow, I think. Okay, we got something. Reflections on AI. That's cool. Seems like we wrote something. And for the record, yes, we have this in my desktop. That is cool. Reflective notes. Look, this is pretty cool. Okay, now we can write files. Actually, this is quite useful, I would say. If you're brainstorming something and then you like the output, you can just ask it to write down. Which reminds me, by the way, one cool thing is that Cursor is kind of getting like a better client, better LLM client. Maybe now I can do the same with Claude, but with Cursor I can have my files and keep notes in certain places and just have, yeah, multiple files, instructions, and use the chat to go over those files and kind of find the right things and brainstorm and basically run my life. You can just have a file with all the tasks. But now with Claude, maybe I could have, yeah, actually, let's try that. So what I'm thinking now is, what if this was used to organize my life? Create a bunch of test tasks. Imagine that I'm someone who works in AI and I had tasks for today, tomorrow, and the next 2 days. Add some overdue tasks as well, just for testing. But total not more than 50. Which is not realistic, I guess. Most people would have hundreds and forget about them. No, what are you doing? No. No, 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 no. Okay. I just want a list of tasks in Markdown form just for testing. Separate the dates as titles in Markdown. Okay, let's try. Yay. Actually change the format to be just a list of tasks and then add a date in front in this format. So we're going to do like a task. So task title, task description, created at, and then date, completed at date, and that's it for now. Completed at is only defined once the task is completed. Okay, another task title, another task description, created at date. Okay. Tasks are separated by empty lines. I mean, this is like kind of a crappy. It could be all in one single line, I guess. Let's go. Okay. creating test data will be interesting. Save this into a file called tasks.md. Cool. So far, so good. Where is he going? Where did he go? Oh, brilliant. It has to generate every time it makes a mistake. That's interesting. Save it in my desktop. Oh, save it on my desktop. I have no idea if it's saved somewhere else. No, I think not. Oh, okay. Okay, I can already see something. Okay, and now we start a new one and go. Using my desktop file titled tasks.md, can you figure out what I should do next? Now this is a part, like I don't want to be always specifying this, but yeah. If you are developing your own application, I guess you just know where to put things, but this would still allow you to write and read files or other types of data without having to implement that. Although this part is kind of simple, so. Oh, great. Okay, so desktop, tasks, MD, something like that. No. Okay. We've reached our limit with Claude. Let's switch gears. So that's gone. Fine. Okay. Bye, Claude. So next thing. First, where are we so far? We got Claude to, we've got something set up in Claude to use the file system. We use it a little bit. We noticed how it's not yet brilliant, but we were also using Haiku, so maybe if we use Sonnet and the 3.7 will work better. Next, let's see what else we can do and explore a little bit what's already possible, even if only in theory. And then we're going to decide what to do next, if anything. Maybe we'll have to do this in multiple days. But yeah, so one thing I did not do well, I suspect, is explaining what these things are. But yeah, maybe we can reopen this. Actually, I mean, we went over what's the host and everything. MCP inspector, this would actually be something I'd like to do. Okay, let's start with going through the inspector, what we're going to try. So the inspector is something that is used to debug MCPs. I have no idea if it is the ones installed in Claude or something else. Let's try. Okay, so we're going to run the inspector using npx. Yeah. Okay, it's going to start. So my default browser is not this one, but I want to keep it here. Okay, cool. So we can use the standard input output, or we can use the SSE, so server-side events. I think that's what it stands for. Arguments, there you go. Let's continue with this because I think it's more widely supported. Command node, I have no idea. Okay, so environment variables, guess we can put a bunch of stuff there. Now, I think here we're going to do what we've done before, which was this one. No? Oh, that's the inspector. npx. Yeah, it's this one. Oops. So we're going to do the file system, and the command is npx. We already got arguments. We'll go with -y. Okay. Sorry, there's some setup here. Let's see, is this enough? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. To connect to an MCP server, so that's probably Claude. Okay, let's continue reading. Oh. Okay, so we did this. Then, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on this for now. Okay, let's stop it. Once I understand a bit more how to run these things, maybe it makes more sense. Right now, I don't know what I would be debugging, although it would be interesting to see what messages are going past. Is that more interesting than trying to get it to run on cursor? Maybe. Okay, one thing I was going to try is, okay, let's check this out because I think it has commands that I can run. So what I wanted to try now is to give cursor a way to search the web, or even like a way to find templates for different applications. So if you want to start something new, it would be pretty fast. You just ask for the template. So there's this smithery. This is basically just a library of servers, of MCP servers. Oh, look. And you can already find pretty much anything here. So for example, Obsidian, which is what I use for notes. Let's go. If it doesn't exist, maybe we need to build one. Okay, Omnisearch, Obsidian, then you can see how many people are downloading. That's cool. Okay, so you can interact with bolts. Cursor, login. Okay, let's log in. Connect. Let's do it. Well, okay. Add server. Okay, cool. Claim server. No. Connect. Okay, so we've got Claude. And then cursor. So cursor would be cool to have access to Claude, or sorry, to Obsidian, because then I can access my notes and I can ask questions. Windsurf I've never actually used. I think it's like a chat client as well, right? Or no? Oh, no, it's the, like you can ask questions about code as well. And next time. Client. Okay. Basically lots of different ones. Let's go here. The path. Wait, tools, API. Cool. So in TypeScript, this is what it does. So you can essentially build agent tools like this, no? There was also this other thing I had. Oh, not here. So fast agent. Oh, what have I done? Okay, fast agent. Also a good way to build command line agents, so at least to get started using MCP. Okay. I think I was maybe a bit optimistic about what I could achieve in an hour, but I'm quite happy I've done it. Okay, we still have some time. Okay. I'm trying to understand everything that's going on here. So if we were to do Python, we get the MCP. Okay, so we get this client can do this. Then we can connect using the standard outputs 1 and here. Create MCP client. Wait. Now let's go Python. Okay, so you install the Smittery. Then you have the SDK, and here you install this as well. You need both. Then you just request things into it. How do you define the server? Under construction. Great. Don't know how much to trust these things yet. This, MCP. Yeah, fast agent might be a better way to go. How do you add servers? So you have the fetch server, which we'll see how it's defined. URL fetcher. Okay. So most of my streams have no one watching. I don't know if that's the case or not. The silence may not be very inviting, but if I do get 100 people watching at some point, I will pay $200 for OpenAI, and then we can run some questions and experiments together. So keep that in mind. So if you're around, please just subscribe. If you're rewatching the replay and you got to this point, well, thanks. That's already validating. And then same thing, subscribe. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going now. I like getting distracted. I'm going to be less, I'm going to overthink a little bit less now how I'm taking this. I usually just explore for the sake of exploring. Hopefully it's interesting to someone else. Basically, I got something basic working, and now my brain is going into, I don't know what to do next, so I'll just pick little things. So it's time to get some ideas. So here we get simple code. We can run certain things with Obsidian. I've been thinking about this idea on how to create a personal memory. And the idea is to integrate with all sorts of different apps, like locally, and kind of have my own personal assistant, but not just create the chatbot, but like something a bit more oriented towards my workflow. I don't quite know yet what that means. I would like to start with a few simple use cases. So one is Todoist. Let's see if there's a Todoist. Oh, look, Todoist. I would definitely like to inspect the code here, but like being able to connect to Todoist, maybe even from Claude. kind of my mind, the way I'm thinking about this is, for example, simple use case. I have Todoist, it keeps getting disorganized over time, and I do try to keep hold on these things, but it's hard sometimes. So being able to every so often just go like, just find tasks that I'm likely not good to do, or things that I may have missed, reorganize things, close old projects. So that would be interesting. Same thing for Obsidian, finding ideas that I may have forgotten, or my dream is like a place where I can just dump all my ideas, anything I receive, like a letter, anything, a bit like the Pixel screenshots or the Nothing phone, the AI space, I forgot the name, which by the way, I just went to check and it's an awesome phone. I may switch from my iPhone finally. I got an iPhone and I got a Pixel phone, although the Pixel is just used for experimenting. And I must say that I'm very impressed with the Nothing phone. But anyway, that's besides the point. The idea there is like dump everything there, and then when I actually need and I start brainstorming something, I just wanted to go and get the right things. Now, in theory, that sounds simple and probably is easy to do with existing tools. Siri just triggered. But in practice, there's many times where I dump a bunch of things in different places, and then also when I'm thinking or brainstorming, I end up with ideas that contradict previous ideas, and being able to understand that context would be good. So that's one. And the way I think about it is that when you're note-taking, there's the collection stage, you're just collecting a bunch of things. And then usually you need to figure out, like in Obsidian you'll have a bunch of folders already guessing how you want to fetch information later. So you'll have things for work, etc. But what I think is like, that doesn't matter. You should just dump everything into daily notes. And then whenever you need something, it gets assembled at the point that you're searching. I think that makes a lot more sense. So if you're writing a document or kind of going through some idea, you could have suggestions, or you can just have a dynamic canvas. But things are changing so fast that I get lost in my ideas because no one wants another chatbot interface. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to go around this. Another one is just cron jobs for your local machine. Cron, let's see, cron. No. Tasks. Desktop command execute. Commands and manage files with diff. No. Task manager. And execute tasks in the queue-based system. What is this? This sounds interesting. Request planning, get next task. What is this? You see, this is why we need to explore, because let's do this. This is where I want to go now. Let's just look through interesting existing MCPs, and then we come up with some ideas. So we have queue-based system. What thing I already noticed on this is that we've got the tools, you got the API. This is all very cool if you're a developer, but you have no examples. Feels like a missed opportunity. Maybe it's in the Git. What is this? That's the same thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I may need to go in about 10 minutes. Yeah. Planning phase, accepts the task list, stores tasks internally as a queue, returns an execution plan. Plan task. Okay, but what is it used for? Okay, the beauty of this now is that I've run out of credits for Claude, right? So forget Claude. Okay, cursor, come here. So we want to go to cursor, MCP, add a new global server. Okay. No, that's not how it works. MCP Servers. And then here we put the task manager. Okay, so this goes, and this goes. And I feel I missed one. I don't have the formatter, okay. Whoop. Wrong direction. There you go. Okay, so we've got that. We save. MCP, come back. Ooh, look, we've got a bunch of tools. Okay, we just set up for cursor as well, something. And this is interesting. I think actually for cursor, being able to have a queue of things that it needs to do could be interesting. And let's see what we can do with this. Okay, use the task manager and schedule searching for, actually, okay, use the task manager and schedule searching for documentation on the task manager, and then figuring out how it works. No idea if this is going to work. I don't have a context. Use the MCP server. Maybe I need to restart. Let's go. Well, I didn't set this up, but okay. Okay, let's try again. No. Ah, yes, that makes sense. Let's use the agent mode. Boom, look at that. So, okay, so it tells us what it's going to do. We can even see what's going to go. Search for that, right? Let's run the tool. Okay, request ID, that, run tool, no idea. Result. Next task. Error calling tool, okay. Something is happening here. New task is ready. Task approval will be required. Progress. Yeah, I think it's getting confused. I'm not entirely sure if this makes sense right now. Okay, let's approve the task. Task approved. Cool. And now we're going to get the next one. Yeah, okay. I need to figure out like a better way to use this, but I've got something running on cursor. Let's stop. So I've been spending a lot of money on cursor. Disabled for now. Okay. Available operations, planning phase. What is this used for though? Okay. Let's go back here. So we've got Obsidian as well. We'll want to do that one, and we'll want to put the vault. So for now, actually, I'll find it in a minute, but I'll just put it here. Send cursor. You can do like this. Cursor key, okay, or you can just copy that. And interesting. And this is going through Smithery. So it actually keeps the settings here, which is kind of okay, but I want to be able to change them. So no, what we want is to do our own installation. This. Then have access to Obsidian. Yeah. Okay, so don't know if this is making any sense to anyone else, but the idea now is that I think I've got like a clear picture as to how I go from, hey, I just found some interesting MCP server to actually being able to use it in different places. So you basically literally copy this. That's it. The downside, and also, yeah, read the documentation. So Smithery is cool to understand what's there, what tools it has available. Oh, tool listing web available hosted servers with successful deployments. Yeah, there's still a lot that I'm not entirely sure, but okay. Where I think this is going to go next, I'm assuming Anthropic is working on a way to discover remote tools as well. And right now you need to install the tools and run a bunch of stuff locally. But I think later we're going to see something akin to the internet, where now, actually, this I think is probably an important point, and I would love if anyone can comment at some point. But I think where we're going to go next is that all these MCP servers and these definitions will move more remotely, and we're going to see something akin to web servers and HTTP servers that can serve tools, and you locally can just plug into different things. So the web is this the web 4.0 or 5? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure which one we're already. But now we're going to have a web that you can read content from, a web you can write content into, right? And a web where things can communicate between themselves and share information. And now we're going to move into a web where things can actually act and do actions either on your behalf, or maybe just a bunch of servers triggering actions all over the place. It's nothing new necessarily. I mean, we've already been triggering actions. That's what a bunch of web applications do. But I think this standard makes it so that AI can coordinate those actions for you in a standard way. So I think that's going to be interesting. So Brave Search, I need to go soon. So the last thing we're going to do now is just go through a few interesting MCPs from Smithery. And we're not going to try and use anything else other than maybe creating a list of things to look. So GitHub Access, that would be interesting to review PRs, Desktop Commander. Let's see what this is. Sequential thinking, that's also interesting. Let's see. Brave Search or some other search will be very interesting, giving search to Claude and Cursor. Then depends on what you do, but okay. Notion API, that's cool. Perplexity, actually I'll probably go with this one. Task Manager, this is the one we were looking at. Persistent knowledge graph. Okay, I'm definitely interested in this one. I was talking about memory, right? Todoist. What else? Actually, It's also a good way to find new things I didn't know. What is this? Okay, linear MCP server, Claude, linear project management. Okay, linear. I do use linear at work. Game engine server. That's interesting. I mean, there's so much going on. Think tool server. Okay. YouTube transcripts. Okay, that's another one. Next time, maybe we're going to be building something that just goes through my videos or anyone's videos. And oh, sorry, I just realized you can't see anything, can you? And I need to disable this thing that makes it full screen because I keep getting distracted and then forget, and then no one can see anything. The next time, maybe we could build something where on YouTube, it just goes through my videos and suggests edits or suggests improvements. I'm already starting to notice there's lots of duplication here. What's Gina? Okay. We're now on this third page. Oh, wow. React, enable to manage, interact with React applications. Okay, that is interesting. GitLab, Nix panel, post. I mean, it's crazy. But we're now down to the hundreds. I mean, we're getting picky now, right? Oh, look. So another interesting thing is, like, from a security perspective, we're basically downloading a bunch of random node applications and running them at will and just giving access to everything. So that's not going to end well. I think maybe we need something that makes sure that it does what it says it does. Okay, so we have the Obsidian. This is going to be very interesting. Oh, I'm getting excited now. Okay, we have Obsidian, we have the desktop commander, so we can execute commands, etc. Okay, cursor can already do that. Sequential thinking provides a tool for dynamic and reflective problem solving. Not sure how it does it, but sounds interesting. You can run. What? Ah, interesting. You can actually. Okay, Smidry is starting to look very, very cool. So you can run these things and just see. I'm trying to figure out how to use MCP. No idea what this is. Yes, let's revise. Thought number, total thoughts. Let's go for no idea. And next thought needed. Yes. Please configure. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not sure what happened there. Okay. Cool. And these ones are too abstract for me. So search. I mean, this is pretty local search. What is this? Local business. Okay, I see. So this is interesting. Persistent knowledge graph. And then there's one for memory knowledge graph. Okay. Enable your agents to remember user information across chats. Yeah, create entities, create relationships, add observations. Been working on something like this. This is going to be so interesting. Okay, what's the difference between that and the persistent one? Same thing. Okay. Todoist, create task, get tasks, update task, and delete task. Okay, that's useful. I feel like just from the usage we got on the Claude client that it still requires a lot of directions and just plugging it into Claude doesn't seem to be doing the job. I mean, maybe I'm missing something in the prompting, but it seems like I still need to prompt a lot what you're doing. So that means there's still some space for people who are operating and kind of creating something that glues everything together and directs it. Okay, what is this? Ah, wow. Okay. Actually, that's a good one. Gmail. Headless Gmail server without local credentials setup. Okay. Yeah, 100% I need something like this. But again, how much do I trust these tools? Need to look at the code. Game engine. What is this? Game design thinking. Get game summary. Export game design. Okay, that's interesting. Can you run any of this? Run. Export game design. Run. Okay, connect. Unknown tool. Oops. Run. Yeah, I'm quite confused about this. Okay. YouTube transcript, get transcripts. This is useful. React, create React app. Ah, okay, this is just to be able to, okay, then just commands. And this one will be interesting as well. So you can access the Apple tools. Okay. And then the fast, okay. So I think I need to go soon, but one interesting thing, I mean, the most basic stuff, a thing I can think of to build is something like, for example, imagine you have Obsidian and Apple Notes, and you just go like migrate from Apple Notes to Obsidian. Just move all my notes from this to this folder in Obsidian, including converting the format, etc. Which is something I need. Organizing Todoist, creating a memory from my notes or being able to talk to my notes. Yeah. I think I need a couple more sessions to just explore, just go through whatever happens. The YouTube transcript. So I do use a lot AI to help me with the videos. Sometimes, like for example, I record something and I transcribe everything, and then I ask AI to, without changing any of the text because it's already recorded, if I could reorder things or cut things or do something to make it more interesting or correct mistakes, remove mistakes, and then from there create a description, titles, etc. It's very rare I can just use it straight away, but it's a good starting point. Okay, I'm very tired right now after days of work. And I don't know if anyone watched this or not, or if anyone will be watching. I think today was kind of a slower because I was not as prepared. Actually, it was on purpose. Like I just want to explore this and see where it goes. Have some thoughts live. Don't know if this is something that people like or not. I might be doing something like this in the future for building with MCP. One interesting thing is that as I'm trying to talk live, now I think now it's a good time to go like this. Yeah. As I'm trying to talk live, it does weirdly slow down my thinking. So I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm losing agility. So I need to figure that out. That's something I need to practice. But going forward, if I can have a good idea and then build it within an hour together, or even if it is over multiple sessions, that would be good. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I will have to press a button and we'll